Stepper base, stepper gain 1, 2. S plus reel. It's an S plus. I'll verify it by the back plane connectors are different. Super stepper controller. It's an Intel i960 running it. Cool. That's the battery right there. I'll check the voltage on it. Should be okay. But you know, then again, it hadn't been serviced. Let's see. It has been serviced. That is not the original battery. I can see the solder go off on there. It's kind of hard to see how messy that is. That's definitely not factory. So maybe this got replaced the last time it was reset, because it was reset before the memory was cleared. So let me get a picture of the board and the game chip. I'll go do some digging online, see what we can come up for a RAM clear set. Put this back in. So I did some research. This is actually an S2000. It's not an S Plus. It's an IGT S2000. And the RAM error. That one keeps falling over. Slide that back. Let's stop falling open. I think I can get by with the reset key. I don't have one, so I'm thinking I just pull the terminals off of it and short them manually. Since I don't have one, those two right there go to the reset switch. Reset switch back behind the main power switch. So there's a I'll probably order one just so I don't have to pull that apart and do the wiring. Just so nobody can just go up and reset it. Makes it easier for people to clear errors without having to open the machine up. So let's try that with the RAM error. Let's try shorting that, reset, and see if it does anything. Power is off. Turn it back on. That's gonna be tricky. Reset it once. Operation fault. Game EEPROM CRC mismatch. Alright, let's try it again. Plug one of them. Some critical data will be lost, which is fine with me. Been a lot easier if I had the reset key. Let's see what happens. Testing memory. Probably gonna throw another RAM error. Yep. Alright, let's reset it. Press test switch for 2 to 3 seconds. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Alright, it's resetting. Initializing. Please don't give me a RAM error. Yes! Auto config. Sweet. Only issue is the reel out. Play 3 credits. Call attendant. Yes! Alright, let's put the reel back in for number 3. Display passes self-test, test in memory. Waiting for Netflix. All 3 reels work. Yeah, there are some issues. Closure B and the printer head is up. Alright. The printer head is not up. But there is definitely some pieces missing from this door. There were supposed to be 2 switches here. This is closure B, and the print head is up. The print head is not up. So, oh, wait a minute. Is it? You know what? Let's see what's going on with the printer here. It wants paper. There you go. You can have that. Okay, seems happy now. That seems okay. We have a green light now on status of the receipt printer. See if we have an error on the door. What does it say? Call attendant. Play 3 credits. Let's see if the bill acceptor works. grab some ones. Alright, I got some ones and a 20. So let's see if it will recognize and accept a $1 bill. Four credits, because it's 25-cent denomination, and it shows 4 credits. I just played 3 credits. At 1 credit. It's still complaining call attendant. There's still something going on with this panel. Okay, 4 credits. So let's put a 20 in to recognize this as a 20. You don't want my 20? Supposed to take a 20. Maybe it needs to be cleaned. No, we kept it. 84 credits. So that's working. Real tilt. I just lost my 20. No, I didn't. Call attendant. There are definitely issues with this that are switch related. Maybe a lot of this is taken out of service. Tight squeeze. I'm gonna make a switch for this. And I have a feeling that's closure MB. So the door switch works. It wants to play, but there's something going on. Door open M. Now real tilt. Oh, it's closure M. Time to dig around, see what could be possibly causing that. Got to be a sensor on that board, the system board, main board. Let's check a few things on here. Make sure nothing is running is real. Supposed to reset in the middle. When you reset it. Oh, that one's out. That might be why. That one was outside of the retaining clip. That may have been rubbing just enough to cause a general tilt. Oh, there's another part, not right there. Pump in it. You know what? Somebody taped that together and didn't do a very good job at it. Probably why. So that may have been the wheel of the rail that was causing that. Cylinder rubbing, that one looks fine. might be a problem. I may need to replace that reel. Well, let's see what happens. Testing memory. Call attendant, door open, general oil field. Alright, let's do a reset. For general, one like that, you have to do a reset. Yeah, it is not happy with those reels. So here we've got the S2000 main board. I checked the Netplex battery, which is the big one here that's soldered over here by this choke coil toroid. The voltage on this was supposed to be 3.6. It was 0.3. So by the looks of it, it's a nickel metal hydride. Is shot. So I ran across this 18650 that I had laying around. It still holds the charge. It had 3.6 volts on it. So I soldered it in here to see if maybe that might have been contributing to it. But now I'm having different issues. I'm getting the door open and paper low now from the receipt printer. This battery tests okay. I'm gonna disconnect it and let the system drain out of charge, and then solder it back down and see if that'll let us reset the memory again on this thing with the new, well, temporary battery. I'm gonna be getting a coin cell adapter to solder in there so we can put a rechargeable coin cell in there. Let me get the soldering iron heated up and we'll pull off one leg of this battery. Okay, so let's check the voltage on this battery here. It's actually marked on the board. If I can zoom in. Let's see. Positive. And then on the other side there's a negative on there, but you can also look on the battery. It usually will have a plus or minus on one side, and that actually says, if I can see it, plus. The top of that's plus. Zoom back out. So on the multimeter, we're going to want, there's two voltage marks on here. There's a mark usually with a V with a straight line, or in this case straight line and dotted, and then you're going to have a V with a squiggly line on it. The squiggly line is AC, that's house voltage, alternating current, not a battery. Most storage batteries are not going to produce alternating current. They're going to produce direct current. That's true pretty much for any battery. Power supplies could be either. The output could be one or the other. And transformers typically will produce alternating current AC. Some of them step-down transformers will step the voltage down, kind of like in the Pachizla machine. It went from 110 volts to 24 volts AC, not direct current, not DC. So just bear that in mind when you're testing stuff. If it's a battery, it's always going to be direct current. It's going to be DC. It's going to be the straight line. So in this case, we can set it. If you don't know, there's different levels on here. Some of the smaller units actually have auto ranging, where it senses the amount of voltage and automatically selects the scale that it's going to display. So this one is not auto scaling. You actually have to select the range on this. So for this one, we know it's a 3 volt battery, or should be 3 volts, so we can choose the 20 volt limit setting. Red's positive, as you can see down here. Common is going to be your black wire, your black probe, and then you have pretty much all of the settings on the dial are going to be on one side. You have V for voltage, the ohm symbol for resistance. This has a frequency meter, hertz, and you can also plug in a K-type thermal probe in there to check temperature. We're just checking voltage right now. So we know the top is positive, so we'll put it on top of the battery. The leg on this side is positive, so let's touch the other side. We have 3.02, and that is pretty much the limit. I believe if that falls below 3 volts, the board has problems. So we know there's enough voltage there for it to work correctly, but it should be 3.2, 3.4. It should be a little bit higher. So, well, I might want to replace that. So, heat the soldering iron up here. Oh, and if you're unsure about polarity on AC, it rarely ever makes a difference when you're testing. It also really doesn't testing in most digital multimeters. It'll read negative if you have them backwards. So if I put the black common probe on the positive and hit the other part of the battery, you see I have a negative. Oh, if I can get it to stay on there. Negative 3.01. I don't know if that's my probe or if it's the battery. Yeah, it's getting kind of low. That is not a rechargeable battery. When this is replaced, I probably will replace it. I'll put coin cell holders in both of those because that takes a 23. I can't see anything. I'll get my magnifier on. That's a CR2330 3 volt. 2330 CR. Let's see, which side? I guess we can try pulling up the positive side. I don't know if it's soldered on the bottom or not. I didn't look when I removed this one, but we'll find out here in a second if it comes up or not. I have a large chisel tip on this. Usually for electronics like this, I'll have a thin pencil point, so I don't have a massive amount of heat flowing down. It'll actually make the solder pad that you solder to lift off the board, especially older boards like this. I just cleaned around down here, and the conformal coating, the green coat on it, just wiped off. It's so old. So, but I've been using this for wires and some other large things that require a lot of heat to get the solder to stick to. So, this will work for now. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, it's just soldered through. Just on the top. Now it's loose. Probably would be a good time just to go replace it, but I don't have any coin cell holders, so. There's no need to disconnect this. It's already been disconnected, and this is just for memory for the Netplex stuff. You know, I guess we could go ahead and just disconnect it. Just kill the power on the board completely. I don't really want to mess with the battery. That was a pain to solder to. Let's see if I can get to the net. Yeah, I can peel the tape back. I had to insulate that so it wouldn't short out on the board or mess something up. So let's pop this loose. Just a little bit of heat should release it. If I can get the chisel tip on it. There we go. So the negative is disconnected now for that one. No batteries in it. We see we go try plugging it into the machine and see what happens with no battery on it. Let's see what happens. I'm not too concerned about frying the board at this point. I have a feeling I'm going to have to get a new one anyway, but worst case scenario is that the memory will get erased on it. The game chips and stuff are not going to get erased. Oh, I gotta pick this. Here. Slanted. Gotta be able to close the door completely. Power it on. Make sure the door latch is all the way down. Nothing on the display yet. Let's look at the diagnostic LEDs on the front of the board. They're all lit up. I'll give it a second, see maybe if it's clearing out.